Hey, what's going on, guys? This time I'm gonna teach you guys how to make blood, at least the way that I do it. Blood effects for your Marvel Legends, for whatever you want to do. You could probably even use this for like a Halloween costume, or you know, something of that sort. As you can kind of see here, slightly, probably not very easily to see this, but I had a little setup with Deadpool, and he killed Bullseye here, and Bullseye's got a bunch of blood around him. I'll take the camera off the tripod so you can get a better look at this. I'll zoom out a little bit. I actually took a picture of this and put it on the Facebook group. It was kind of like this angle, and I had some lighting in there. Kind of get an idea of exactly what I was going for here. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know this ahead of time. This isn't very easy to make, at least not to the I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. The way I wanted it to look. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. But what I made is what we'll do for now until I figure out a better way to make it. This idea came to me just kind of random. It does use methods that other people have used in their videos and stuff, and I just want to kind of mention slings of web when it comes to making a lot of things with hot glue and other stuff. I kind of take what I know from like trying things and kind of tips from him, and I kind of incorporate things with my own style. So kudos to Slings for, you know, kind of giving me ideas. So I'm gonna just show you this. This way, this is another way that you don't have to ruin your figures too when it comes to just giving them effects. Like, you don't have to actually put the blood look on him. So I'm gonna move this. I made a couple of different kinds. I made like a big pour pile of blood. It looks like it was flowing from something, kind of. None of these are finished, you know, products. It's just, this was a sample, something I just tried out. So if you see, you know, paint missing in certain areas, it's just because I didn't fully paint it. It's just something I was going for as a sample. There's a little, kind of like, this reminds me of what it would look like coming out of somebody. There's like a shot, it looks like, maybe dripping down. A couple of different things, just one little droplet. I use this for over his head. And here is one that kind of reminds me of Brain Matter, because this was an accident, actually. I still had some black glue in my glue gun from making the symbiotes, so it kind of got mixed in with the clear, and it gave it a darker, deeper look. So I'm gonna move these guys over just for now, and we're gonna use a method that I've used before, and also Slings of Web has used before too, and that's using a greased up flat surface such as this. I'm going to move things around a little bit here just to make it more comfortable for myself. So give me a second while Deadpool falls over. So you're going to need your glue gun heated up, of course, just, you know, just like always, and paintbrush. And I use this. This is Tamiya Clear Red. It's a good paint to have. It works for a lot of things. It looks really good over top of silvers when you're painting it. It reminds me of the candy paint on a car. I've used this for my Iron Patriot custom. It works really well in this. So I'm going to make a little bit more effects in blood right now and just show you kind of like how I do it. It's pretty straightforward now that I told you what materials I use. But I'm just gonna lay down some glue here, just to try and make, you know, something. I'm gonna make it fan out a little bit to look like it's been shot out of somebody or whatever. Kind of fill in the center a little bit, kind of mess it up, make it look not perfect. Just to, I don't know, give it some type of natural look to it. While that's drying, I'll show you another way that I kind of can do this, or you can kind of do this. If you don't have that, you can actually put it on some plastic, like I did here, and then you could cut around the plastic if you can't peel it off, which I can't get it to peel off, this piece that I already tried to do this on. So what I would do is cut it with some scissors and give it like a different look. And I don't know if this is dry yet. Yeah, it seems like it is. So I'm gonna peel it off. We got our blood spatter kind of thing, and we're gonna move that out of the way for now. And then I suggest you use something like cardboard or something that you don't really care about and getting paint on, because that's what I did here. I don't suggest you use paper just because it'll go right through it, and especially if you're working on a surface that you don't want the paint to bleed onto. When I use this Tamiya here, this Tamiya paint, I'm going to use a very wet brush just because the paint tends to get dry and sticky. So I'm just going to wipe off a little bit of the water from my cup of water over there, and then I'm going to kind of soak my brush up in the paint and just hurry up and get it on there as fast as I can, because this stuff tends to dry and get sticky really fast, and it's kind of annoying, especially when you're trying to get a project done that's very meticulous, and you miss a spot and you try to go over it, and it sticks, and it's very, very frustrating. I'm sure people who've used this know what I'm talking about. So I mean, already this kind of looks kind of cool. You can do a couple coats. It doesn't really matter. And you're gonna get paint on you, so just deal with it. Nothing you can really do about that. Unless you got paper towels, which my paper towels are kind of missing right now. There's another thing I wanted to kind of try, and that's with got some oil on me. That's with the twist ties. I just wanted to try a little bit of a blood effect on one of these, just to see if I can do something with it. You know, make it look kind of like it's shooting out of something, or you know. We're going to do the same thing as we did kind of with the symbiote glue. Just kind of make it look natural, and I'm dipping it into the water over here. Kind of neat, I guess. I don't know really what I would use this for. But that's pretty much my glued twist tie. Add some more glue to it just because. Okay, maybe I'm not, because I ran out of glue here, but you guys get the idea. So now with your newfound information, go make something cool. I guess to try and communicate a little bit more with you guys, how about you guys show me what you make with your hot glue? You know, share ideas, or just, you know, let me see the methods that you used. You know, whether it's black hot glue and you made some symbiote, or you made a symbiote out of yellow hot glue. You know, whatever you got. Just let me see it, and post them on my my Facebook, and I'm gonna leave you guys the link to my Facebook in the description down below, so that you can, you know, add me and hang out, talk, whatever. Alright, thanks for watching this part. Okay, so here we got one of the customs I've been working on here and there, just, you know, in between other things and finding a little bit of time. I didn't finish this obviously yet, but I didn't work on the boots either. This isn't completely put together yet. This is just kind of a rough assembly, just so you guys can get an idea. Here's that Tamiya red paint. Of course, the camera never does justice for what this actually looks like, but I got that on the helmet here and on the bands, and everything comes apart right now because I'm not finished. And there's these little things that go in the armpits that I have to put in there. I mean, I think this is a pretty much spot-on likeness to Colossus in this face. This is just the silver. I didn't put anything else on here yet. No shading or eye paint. This is just kind of getting the idea of what exactly I want to do. You can see here's the arms. These aren't finished either. Just got the black on there, but I'm probably going to have to go back over with the silver because there's some spots I need to touch up. And there's the bands that are sculpted on. And I have these like optional kind of like knuckle things for them to wear, you know, if I want to go with that look. I didn't want to sculpt them onto the fingers, so I wanted to leave it, you know, optional. So these kind of like slide over his fingers if I can get it to go. There you go. So, you know, if you want them, or well, if I want them to have the knuckle guards too, he could. It's just an option. Not 100% sure yet, though, what I want to do with that. And then this yellow, of course, always a pain. This is about 3 or 4 coats of yellow. It looks pretty good on the camera, but if you get really close, you can see all the messed up parts. So, I hate yellow. Okay, something else I kind of want to show here, just to show you guys how easy customizing can be sometimes. I mean, it's not very easy, but just for those guys that like to do, you know, head swaps or, you know, little custom things, I took apart a Psylocke, an X-23, and a Wasp here, just in certain areas. I wanted to make custom a custom X-Force X-23 and Wolfsbane Rain Sinclair human form, of obviously, eventually. So I just wanted to see how I can swap some parts out, but most of them don't fit right because of what's a socket and what's a peg. I didn't want high heels on my Wolfsbane, so that's why I went to go do that, and I was going to put these feet on there, but you can see that they're both pegs. So what I wanted to show that was kind of easy is getting these parts off. All you need is a hairdryer and set it on high heat, and you heat up the joint and make sure you get close. Oh, sorry, I wasn't even on it. You make sure you get close enough to the joint that you don't touch the knee or anything else that's surrounding, because you don't want that to get soft. So you just want to heat it up just a little bit, just to get it a little soft, and then it should pop right off. And if it doesn't, don't force it and don't twist, because if you twist, you could risk tearing the peg. So you don't want to do that. and then you'll end up ruining the whole figure. I mean, at this point, I could put all these back together. Well, maybe not Wasp, because the wings, I kind of ripped them off, but I could pretty much put all the body parts back on, and, you know, if I change my mind about what I want to do. So, just want to show that it's kind of easy to do that for other people like the kit bash, and, you know, maybe change hands and arms out. It's kind of easy. Okay. Alright guys, so here's your crack it open figure for the week. And this figure has been picked a bunch of times. And I finally decided that I was going to do it in honor of, Jesus, I gotta stop hitting this camera. In honor of reading this comic that I've been reading lately. So here he is. We got the Spider-Man Classics Flame and Launch Mad Jack with Pumpkin Glider. I've been reading the Venom, I believe it's like the Savage 6 series, the Agent Venom one with Flash Thompson. And I really like the Mad Jack character, even though this isn't much what he looks like in there, considering the outfit and, you know, all of the above. So, not a big deal. But anyway, we're going to get into this, and I'm sorry about the setup here. I currently have my room under construction, so we're in a different room today. So, as you can see, this is the older Spider-Man Classics packaging. This date is 2006, so it's 6 years old now. Ages 4 and up. I actually like this packaging. This is a pretty neat, you know, solid looking packaging it's got here. He has a light up feature. Try me for light up. See the back. Picture where it looks like he's moving, kind of blurry. Blur kind of thing going on here. Whatever. Flame and Launch Mad Jack with Pumpkin Glider. I already said that. Tells you the batteries you need right on the front. How cool is that? So it's already very informative. Flip it around. Has a little bio for some reason about Spider-Man up there. Don't really know why, not Mad Jack. But anyway, other figures in the line. Spider-Sense Spider-Man. Really cool looking costume. Some type of, I don't even know. I'm gonna guess it has something to do with like one of the clones or whatever. Super Kick, Stealth Venom, which I have. It's a really cool figure. And Shocker. Another really cool figure, just lacking in arm articulation. But it shows you what to do here with Mad Jack. It's got a pumpkin throwing action hand and a picture to show you what's going on with these batteries. And let's see if this can do some justice. I'll kind of shade it from the light if I can a little bit. You can see it kind of blinking there. I'll hold it in and it'll stay lit. Let's see if we get a better look. Light off. Alright, now I'm gonna get this guy open and I'm gonna hopefully stop hitting the damn camera. It's getting on my nerves. Alright, so we got him out of his packaging. And first we'll go over his little glider here. As you can see, it's got a pretty cool little face sculpt with a big dent in the center. Looks kind of neat. And then these pumpkins over here, kind of cool. It's got diamond plated top there. It's kind of cool. And then these little pumpkin guys with, I don't know why it's rounded off here at the end of this flame, but it is. And I believe this is like the engine part or something. I'm not really sure. I think they connect onto here, don't they? Let's find out. Let's look at the packaging. No, it doesn't tell me anything about it. Maybe they don't. So I'm not sure if these attach to this yet. Maybe I'll figure it out later, but I don't see any spot for them to attach. Unless... no, that would look stupid. So I'm guessing they're just for throwing, which is kind of dumb. But as you can see, he's got a gimmick. I'm trying to turn this bicep without breaking it. I'm always worried that I'm going to break it first time I move it. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, this is stuck. I'm kind of afraid to move it. But as you can see, he's got the throwing action. I think I can do this. There's little grooves on the bottom of this thing so you could throw it. It looks like he's holding a basketball, flaming basketball. Oh well. So this part I already don't like, that the fact that this is spring loaded. But I mean, you know, this was aimed for the kids. Mostly all the Spider-Man Classics figures were, so it's not a big deal to me. But it's one thing I could say I don't like. I do like this head sculpt though. Head sculpt's really cool. With the flames and everything coming out of him. Really cool. And he's articulated. Really, really cool. Moves and everything. Still lights up when it moves. Very, very neat. It's got some pouches. Longer pouches. Not sure what they're for. No ab articulation because of the gimmick. That's no big deal. These ball joints right here are kind of, or ball hinge, whatever, are kind of crappy looking. They just look really smooth and, I don't know, like, they don't belong there. They're kind of strange. But the scaly arms are pretty cool, double jointed in there. He's got finger articulation and everything. It's pretty cool. It's got some weird kind of like leg joint here. Oh look, this spins by itself. That is some strange stuff. That is the only thing spinning, not the leg, not the lower leg, this part. I'm gonna have to look into that a little later, find out what the heck that is. It's kind of strange. He does have ankle pivot though, and that's really cool because he does have the glider. And he has forward and back on the ankles. Cut there. Double jointed knees. I'm sorry I'm not going over this right. I'm kind of in a hurry to get this done. Make sure I get done in time. My dinner's waiting. So I'm sorry if this is kind of crappy. I hope I go over everything. I'll put him on his little glider here. Which, in the comic now, he doesn't have a glider. He has a broom kind of thing. So that's kind of neat. But I mean, he does look cool with this. It works. Kind of get him in a little stance there. I'm gonna turn this light out and kind of shade that light out so we can see the glowing effect. Looks really cool. A lot of detail in his pumpkin head. I really like the pumpkin head. That's really, really cool. It's neat looking. Now, overall, I mean, I pretty much went over everything on the figure. He's got a lot of nice paint apps. I don't know if I said that. A lot of nice sculpted detail, but a lot of strange parts, like these thighs and these joints up here. Don't really understand it, but whatever. And these things are kind of strange too. I think they're not even made of like a softer plastic. Just strange, you know? But other than that, it's got some pretty cool aspects to him. Let me see if I can get him to stand again. Not a fan of the gimmick arm. Oh, his light goes on too when his arm is lifted. If you guys can't see that. Do I recommend him? Not necessarily. It's cool to have him to go with your Spider-Man characters and all, but you can do without him, or Spider-Man villains. You can do without him. He's not, you know, he's not a must-have, I don't think. Or you can get a custom one of the new Mad Jack that's out there, or do a custom. It shouldn't be too hard. You could use this head too for the pumpkin. And pretty much the last thing I guess I could show you is how big he is in scale. So here's a figure that most people have, a Bullseye, who's kind of standing with a wide stance because I can't get his legs to fully close, but you can see he's a lot taller than Bullseye. Even just the head is probably about like, if it was human size, I would say he's about 6 inches taller than him. But other than that, I mean, it's not a bad figure. It's just strange. I'll have to overlook him a little bit more and figure him out. But yeah, that's Mad Jack. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I just want to close this video out with some progress of the room. It's pretty much just all this wallpaper got stripped off. This is what the bare wall would look like. It was like a greenish blue, and there was 3 layers of wallpaper on here. 3 complete layers. You can still see some of it right there. So this process is a pain in the neck. As you can see here, here's some of the wallpaper here, the backing of it at least. So not only do you have to strip off the wallpaper, the 3 layers of it, it's left with this kind of like glue stuff and a little bit of the paper. You have to go back and scrape that off. And then after that, you have to sand off the excess glue, then patch all the holes. These are holes made from the scraper. It tends to do that. And then sand that, and then paint it. So a huge process. This wall is a little bit different. I think it was different wallpaper or something. So yeah, it's progress, at least, nonetheless. There's nothing really left in here, just a little bit of stuff, and then my detofs, which will be going up after everything is done. Just had to get them up out of the way and put them in here. So alright guys, thank you for watching, and see you next week.